top lane early because they're going to try and take advantage of the weak early Mundo.
It didn't seem like it worked in the beginning for him when it was kind of the team wasn't all in for it. He had a few assassins all over, but InnoX has been bringing that back out for himself very well with the top lane.
I like how EG really have this tendency to just pick the strongest champion that they see first and then decide what to do with them later too. It's both an asset and sometimes it will bite them in the butt, but they've been able to get one of their top priorities, that Pantheon, and the solo lanes will really determine a lot about that team comp. See if they do go with full damage, as we've seen them do several times, or if they do grab up main tank. And
it's interesting, we are talking about the Pantheon, to see that pickup being 1-1 on Snoopeh, but still, he was making plays on it the whole time. Just because you lost a game on it doesn't mean you yourself didn't play well. With the lock-in of Morgana, we just heard Lemon Nation talking about that. Good situations, he's the one to go for now.
Yeah, this is the exact same situation. Anti-band, they pick Thresh, okay, then they go to Morgana. I guess that formula has been leaked to all the supports. They're all following the same one here. Not a lot of champion diversity for that support role at the moment, unfortunately.
At least may see the pickup here. Not one of Crumbz's highest rated junglers. He does have 3 plays on her at 1 and 2 so far. He's going to be locked in. He'll be able to create pressure. Scarra leaving himself to pick last as usual.
As you said though, don't always want to be looking back towards previous records to scare you away from a champion.
Right.
Crumbzz needs to have the confidence just like InnoX needs to still have confidence. Elise is a great early game jungler and it's highly priced, so it's a good answer as well to Pantheon. He can counter a lot of what Snoopeh will be looking to do here.
Dignitas, as you just saw on the screen, they seem quite happy with their picks so far. Very bright spirits. EG is considering. You see the Thresh, the Elise, the Sivir. They have to be able to play safe here. That helps with the Morgana so far, but what else can they put into this composition?
Yeah, so they've got very long range engage from Pantheon for the late game. Good lane ganks for him. Their bottom lane, very safe. Very safe bottom lane versus the Sivir and Thresh. They'll probably be looking to shove in that lane. Meanwhile, Dignitas will be looking for that late game Sivir Stampede style, comboing her movement speed with Shyvana to try and get right up next to the Caitlyn. Then we do end up seeing the Yasuo though. Very excited to see InnoX try and take this one again.
Yeah, he has 2 plays. He's 0-2. But he's not scared off it. These guys have to go back to the champions that are going to allow them to make the plays. You see Zion Spartan on Jax Lee Sin. He was going crazy. You got to put him on what they're going to feel comfortable on.
Yeah, and then Dignitas locking in the Karthus once again for Scarra. He's pretty much the main proponent of Karthus now in North American LCS. He's been playing it a couple times there, and he usually does take exhaust because Pantheon, he's an all-in ganker. When he comes, if you can get that exhaust on him early, he doesn't have an escape because he's going to have to burn his flash if he wants to get out. And this Dignitas team, it's looking really strong in the late game. Even Karthus, really big beneficiary of the move speed that Sivir will bring late. So everybody going to be looking to swarm for those team fights for Dig in the late game. Meanwhile, EG, they're going to try and make it happen a little earlier.
A little earlier would be very good. We're going to quickly check in. I'm going to touch on that again, too. We're going to check in with the voting at LOEsports.com. Who you think is going to win? 62% of you think that Dignitas is going to come out on this game. And to touch on that point I was just talking about is that early game. Crumbzz went down on Elise versus EG in the same instance. And in the video when he said, I'm not going to feed.
And in the interview, he said, as long as we don't die level 1. He meant as long as I don't die level 1. So he's going to be much more cautious this time around.
He's just taking the weight off a little.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be venturing too deep into the early jungle there. But the combos late game for EG that we'll be looking for, very excited to see. Shockwave into the Yasuo ultimate, and Pantheon will be the one trying to start these off. You can try and corral the enemy team by placing that Grand Skyfall behind them, and then it serves pretty much the same effect. You're trying to get the team to charge in one certain direction for you.
As that level 6 comes around, we will see Dignitas wants to grab themselves up that Talisman of Ascension to go along with On the Hunt. It's a very easy way to get out of the man drop, so they could keep themselves safe for a good reinitiation. But right now, we got quite a bit of early game to go through. The coin quickly picked up by Krepo here to start, to start this one off.
Yeah, coin for Krepo, so a little bit weaker trades, but more gold generation, and going to serve him well in the lane that they're going to try and be shoving anyway. They're just going to try and win that by shoving up minions. This is the exact same strategy here. Yellowpete zones out Scarra, so they don't have vision of the whole team. Sneaking into the bush, and he barely misses. The blind Q there. KiWiKiD calculated that one, standing in the forefront of the bush.
We actually just got word that Krepo is running 17.5 cooldown reduction at level 1 on his support Mord. So.
Yeah, looking to stay back, make use of the mana regeneration there from the coin, throw out bindings. He's not looking for auto attack trades because he does not have that Doran shield. Meanwhile, we see a ward, a true ward from Crumbzz started. So Crumbzz with a little bit less HP potions in his inventory. It's not going to hurt Elise at all. Very, very easy for her to use Spiderlings to tank a lot of the jungle. So one of the few champions that will opt to start with more vision. Definitely going to help them out in the early game. And InnoX with a little bit of stutter step. Classic.
He's dancing. It's easier to do on the water. It's kind of like hydroplaning.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. You just kind of slide along. See what they have for each other. We are going to have Crumbzz starting in that top lane. Obviously, junglers, or not top lane, starting on the top side. Junglers at the reds. And they do get that help out. So we're going to have the early 2 from Imaqtpie and KiWiKiD. We'll see if they're able to use it.
All right, so Elise starting top. Pantheon starting bottom. We will, if we see that aggression top from EG that we're talking about, you know, trying to get InnoX going early on that Yasuo, you know, Snoopeh will be ending his route towards that side, and they might be able to swing this lane early. As a jungler and as a top laner, both of them have to be watching Shyvana right now, watching Cruzer to see if he places his trinket ward so they can go for that aggression. Krepo already hitting a binding here onto KiWiKiD, rewarded with a lot of harass.
Oh, he hit the headshot. He was holding it very nicely. They're going to have some trouble just hitting level 2 in this lane, and they're already getting pushed back, so hopefully they can use this as an advantage. Pobelter on Scarra in middle. He looks like he's going for QW real quick. It'll be interesting to see what he decides to level. Probably W, blast Scarra out of lane. Yeah,
and Scarra's shoving up here. He's already used his trinket ward, so he's got a window now where he can hug that top side and be safe because he has vision. But as soon as that does run out, he has to, again, be scared of Pantheon. Karthus very vulnerable to early ganks. So we'll see his aggression curbed after the vision drops away. Oops.
I still got the shield on you. Don't worry.
It's definitely not better late than never for black shields, by the way. They have to be on time or it will not help at all. And we do see Snoopeh come in to try and assist InnoX. He's coming through the lane because, as I said, they watched the trinket ward from Cruzer, saw him place it, and he knows he can't come through the river. This gank style takes a lot of patience because they're going to have to wait for this entire wave to die at the turret, or they're going to actually have to dive the turret and make use of that Pantheon passive. Looks like he opts for the second route here. Now Snoopeh, he's also waiting for the counter gank. Whenever your laner is shoved up, it's kind of the obvious gank there for Crumbzz to go to the top lane. And Snoopeh's really hoping that they can turn one around. Crumbzz does not want to go for it, though, and Snoopeh's going to be found out here.
User gets one hit. Very nice, but he blows flash right away, even with the burnout up.
He got this one down. Ward in the bush. Side lane, bush control, very important for those.
Yeah, they do a good job. KiWiKid's going to be able to grab it, but they keep vision, so the bush control is lessened just a little bit. We have movement down from Snoopeh here towards the bottom lane. Maybe a bit of an invade on Wraiths, but we'll see if he goes for Scarra as well.
And he has placed his ward up in that tri-bush when he leaves. So he still is providing InnoX with the support up top through the vision.
Oh, hello. That's a lot of damage against the wall of pain down. The flash is forced. The repel keeps them there. They both get over the wall. Snoopeh's going down. Scarra may follow as well, though. Pobelter can't get another clockwork. Why attack, but he can.
Ignite.
The Ignite takes him down. They go 1 for 1.
Pobelter coming to save Snoopeh there, trying to make something of a really bad situation. Elise getting the jump on you in the jungle early. really, really painful, but they were able to turn it around. So good save there from EG. Krepo taking some more harass from KiWiKiD.
Ooh, I was going to say that was a real good bit of punishment, but KiWiKiD gets in a little too close. One more auto attack, and it's not going to be enough. Krepo flashes down on both sides for that one, and ignites.
They shove him out of lane too, though, and Yellowpete's still here. They should be able to gain control of the lane now, forcing KiWiKiD back, making it more difficult for him to CS. Now he's going to have to try and fend for himself under the turret. Maybe this will be EG's opportunity to even up that CS score, get back in the lead.
If we have any more of those in just a few minutes, Scarra is going to be one happy Karthus. Could have picked up some good money for him while he was already just coming back to the lane, so he'll be happy in this environment. Farming clean. Right now 36 to 46, so he's actually behind, but he does have that kill to match.
Now, I also do always like to look at that 7-minute mark, see if there are going to be any second buff spawn invades coming from either team. Because Snoopeh was already killed in the enemy jungle, I doubt that he will have the confidence to go for one of those invades, but it's always a possibility, and you like to see Elise jungles and Pantheon jungles try and keep those timers for secondary buff spawns.
Well, Snoopeh has an RSVP to this top lane with the flash being down on Cruzer. Let's see if Cruzer checks the bush again this time. Looks like he will not.
Yeah, he's got a full bar here, so he can use his ulti to get back now, even though his flash is down. He's got his charged up Fury.
Tasaki indeed.
Hasayu doesn't get the minion though. I'd rather get that minion than the harass.
7 minutes into this one, we will keep an eye on those wards. The pink one goes down towards the dragon. A little bit of movement by KiWiKiD back towards as he comes from the blue buff area to make sure nobody's trying to get an edge on that. Crumbzz on his red. We'll see if that blue buff gets an invade here in just about 40 seconds. Snoopeh's in the top side. Doesn't look like pressure from the junglers will happen.
Yeah,
from the lanes.
Crumbzz with a 2-level lead on Snoopeh right now. Definitely going to be no invade from Snoopeh, but Crumbzz does have that option. Sweeper being used on Tribush means he thinks this will be a blind lane, but there is the ward in the river, so Yasuo's got time.
Yep, and Crumbzz can see it.
Yep.
The telltale of the lane walking away.
Inches.
Very, very close.
Inches from death.
Yellowpete forced to use that headshot on the siege wave. They're going to get this pushed up. I don't think he's got really anything to go back and buy just now, so they're in a good position to hold that lane, possibly draw some pressure out from Crumbzz here. Dragon is becoming more and more plausible. Good damage there.
So much harass.
Yeah, that was great.
Just one Dark Binding into a whole pool and tilt over Peacemaker. This shoving lane here from EG working out. And the early gold start there, gold generation start from Krepo has paid off.
Wow, that was very aggressive coming in. Pobelter knows he has the upper hand here, at least in movement. He's back to lane.
You see Crumbzz, he flashed in there and immediately cocooned with red buff in human form. Uh-oh, he's a little bit short there.
Didn't see that.
With red buff in human form, a lot of the times...
grab.
Never mind.
That shield, late on that one. Should have been
Snoopeh's
never.
coming in!
Oh, the blue buff is going to be contested here. He gets the shield down. That's going to be the shockwave up for Pobelter. He's getting quite low on mana here, so they got to use it right, and they decide to hold it, knowing they got the kill.
Krepo with the kill secure right there. Double buffs on him. And they want to chain this one into Dragon. Scarra's out of mana. This is perfect for EG right now. Able to get an objective. Oh no, they don't. They give it up. They don't have the confidence to go. That's too bad for them because they killed the jungler and the mid laner was out of mana. They just were not aware of the situation.
So now Krepo just sitting on plus 30% cooldown reduction. KiWiKiD and KiWiKiD trying to dodge dark bindings all day in that bottom lane. It's starting to pay off for him. 70 to 71, but they're controlling the map. EG is not really one to have the bottom lane be their win. They're able to control where they're going with it after that.
Yeah, okay, so the thing I was trying to get out about an Elise gank when you have red buff, flashing in for the auto attack red buff slow,
right,
and then cocoon is usually optimal because a lot of times as soon as you flash, your enemy will try and dodge. And so they lose distance there, plus you get the red buff slow. But man, that dragon being left up, ripe for the picking here from Dignitas. Crumbzz being Elise is very, very happy to take this one.
Yeah.
On the return.
So a little indecisive by EG. Like you said, they get the kill in the jungle, and Dragon goes to dig.
They may not have seen the mana bar on Scarra and not known that he was completely dry.
Okay.
And since Snoopeh was so low, they second-guessed themselves.
Yeah.
But, man, with Orianna and the shields that she could provide, probably could have pulled it off. Too little, too late, though. It does go over to Dig, and it is an even game once more.
These hooks. That was a nice black shield, though. Krepo was getting a little more on point with these. Let's see what they try to do. Yellowpete has been having a far better lane than usual, I'd say. He could be falling down by CS right now, and then usually sits off in the side lane, would just keep blast hitting, trying to farm, and it does not help Evil Geniuses. But right now, he's fully part of the team. As they take down mid lane, EG starts to open up the map. Let's see what they can do for the rest of Dignitas.
The solo lanes, as I said, they're a lot of times the focus for this team. Both are doing great. InnoX has hit his power point with the static shiv. Now he does have a lot more offensive capabilities, and Pobelter did a great job in his lane. He does recognize the pink ward there. Speeds right past it, only to take it out in the end. Crumbzz going for an invade while Snoopeh camps top one more time here. Can they actually convert it to a kill?
God. Seen Morgana quite a bit, but still it looks like players do not yet have the range of that Dark Binding down. Krepo takes advantage. They get another one, a nice shockwave. That's going to be a kill. That is not going to be Scarra getting a kill for himself, but he may be able to find the assist. The shield to come up for Pobelter. Wait a minute, Scarra from Death Defy. He does not get the kill, but Snoopeh's going to pick it up. The blue buff transfer back over, calculated for EG.
And that whole time, InnoX gets the top lane there. He's just bullying Cruzer right now. Good counter gank there from Snoopeh. It was a little bit short there. Almost able to get the stun out. But even though Pobelter does go down, they get the double, answering for 2. So you can see that Pobelter, actually, as soon as Crumbzz does show, he flashes away and he's still able to get another command tag. So there's a flash away, gets the kill, and then he's almost able to kite long enough for Snoopeh to join the party, but not quite here. Execute from Crumbzz, but as we know, Snoopeh still has flash. Able to take him down. That is a nice big boost for EG, though.
There to get the plays in. Snoopeh was helping top lane and said, yeah, I can definitely be a part of this fight. 13 minutes in, 5-2 now with about a 2,000 gold lead, just over. And looks like they're going to be able to just control the map. 2 turrets in their favor so far. They're looking to drop the bottom one. They don't have too much safety if they go for Dragon on the side of Dignitas either now with that much map falling away.
And all that flurry of action too. Forgot to give props to Krepo for that kill on KiWiKiD. He hit everything, landing the binding, landing the black shield on Yellowpete for the retaliation right there, and then going all in with his ulti. Well executed by him. So all sides looking pretty good here for EG. And another one does land, increasing his hit percent. Let's see when it's going to be about time for Dig to group up, because they have that Sivir and they've got Karthus. So I think they want Scarra to finish another item first before they actually go for that giant group and the roaming benefit that they can get from On the Hunt. Right now, it's a siege up on bottom. They get some global gold that will go a long ways towards that item for Scarra.
How about Dig a little bit more? Maybe open up the Dragon pressure as well, so they can get EG to be pushed back. Dig was already able to grab the first Dragon. EG was caught sleeping a little bit on that.
Now, since it looks like Scarra is going for a Rod of Ages, it's a very late Rod of Ages. He got the boots upgrade first, and that thing takes 10 minutes to charge up. Snoopeh going with a repeat counter on this blue buff, but he's in a real bad spot here. It's only because of what happened last time that Dig back off. They could have easily collapsed on him, but look at the vision for Dignitas. They didn't have the confidence that there was no backup for Snoopeh. They figured, why would Snoopeh be coming in like this all by himself? No reason. He must have backup. So a little bit of a bluff there.
Playing the mind games.
Yeah, because it was a little late, they don't get the blue steal. And Scarra's able to grab that one for himself.
We'll see the harassment coming from Pobelter in mid lane. He indeed is leveling his W to crush Scarra out of the lane with the ball after that. Not too worried about shielding himself. He's going to go ahead and get a push on mid. being so safe on Ori. Pretty much do what he wants right now.
Look at this action down bottom. This 3 vs 3. Who will show first from the junglers? Because Elise can easily land a stun onto Snoopeh after he jumps in. There it is.
1-1. There they go. It's oh my word. He didn't even get a chance to blink in that fight. Krepo gets repelled on. He dodges out the stun on that from the Soul Shackle. Very nicely done.
Soul shackles him all the way up through the repel. They get the answer kills. I was wondering why that's really important who shows first because, as I said, after the jump in, it's so easy to land that cocoon. And Crumbzz coming up huge for that counter gank down bottom. Keeping Dig right in this one. Very, very close game here. That's going to do a lot to push Dig into that mid game where they can take advantage of the Sivir pick. We watch it again here. It's just perfectly executed. They really were sitting in wait for that counter. And, you know, the repel, while it makes you untargetable, since the shackle's already on him, it still stays on him when he goes up. It doesn't make you invulnerable, just untargetable. So when he does come back down, able to pop that off. EG fans pretty happy with that so far. Second dragon up again. This could be the tipping point because, as I said, it's so close right now. And Dig are in the area swarming here. They want to take advantage, but they cannot defend it.
They have low mana on Scarra. Really couldn't get the AoE they need for the fight. Good choice, though, by Dig.
Yeah, a low mana Karthus is even less scary than a low health Karthus. Low health Karthus is still going to do damage to you, but a low mana Karthus is
he's just there,
jack.
Just walking around.
All right, now the grouping up for Dig is probably what we're looking for next, since the bottom turret did go down. Interested to see how that first team fight does play out, because Snoopeh has the ability to start off the fight before Dig are ready and in position. Can he get another Grand Skyfall to combo? We haven't seen InnoX put his damage to good use yet. He's been bullying Cruzer, but we haven't seen him kill anyone yet. Right now, it's Crumbzz that's up there, looking to try and turn the tables, though. So he might get himself into a bad position.
Yeah, and you're going to see Snoopeh, he can Grand Skyfall a lot faster than Scarra's going to be pulling out that Requiem. So he's all over the map. Scarra's only going to be out for the mid lane.
Another.
InnoX gets the repel on, cannot do much on that one. It's like the Dragon Scale is going to keep Cruzer safe. They get a kill in the top lane. They even out the kills at 5-5. But we have a lot of EG here trying to take down mid lane.
Crumbzz, the shot caller for Dignitas, making the moves. Bottom side of the map, counter ganking. Top side of the map, setting up another lane gank. Able to get Cruzer right back in, and here's the Snoopeh drop.
Going in on a KiWiKiD. He's been the focus, and they give the same medicine back over from the last fight. Whoa, Scarra gets a little too close, and he goes down. Requiem's up, but I don't think there's a reason to use it.
Great job by Pobelter there, sucking in Scarra to get another 2 kills here. They get 2 down, and they push on the inhibitor turret. Not enough time for Dignitas to recall. This is a huge, huge win for EG if they can actually finish the turret.
Great moves here. Crumbzz trying to come in. Whoa, InnoX coming out, forcing the on the hunt. Will not get the pop-up from the tornado. Looks like
he can chase through minions, though.
Unlimited dashes. The dash. It's going to be a few more before he can get another one on a Imaqtpie. He's got the speed.
On the hunt.
It looks like he's got it. 1, 2, 3, and the kill to come in for InnoX on the coast-to-coast chase.
The best thing about Yasuo, you never have to give up on those chases through the long lane because you can dash through all the minions that are going to be coming your way. The purple minions betraying Lord Imaqtpie there and costing him a death.
Yellowpete trying to do what he can on the side of AD carries as we're looking at Imaqtpie and wait for him to get back in the game. Bloodthirsters on each side. A little more damage, though, for Cutie is going to matter on those boomerangs. We haven't really seen Dignitas be able to group to utilize that team fight up on the hunt or anything. They're in split push mode almost.
Yeah, you just have to give props to both junglers, really.
Yeah,
because
true.
Every time Crumbzz getting his team back into the game, but Snoopeh comes right back with a drop towards the mid that actually, because of Pobelter's play, they were able to chain into that inhibitor turret.
Yeah, I can do anything, you can do better.
Such a huge, huge pickup for them. They really want that exposed inhibitor to be able to return to.
Like you said, Scarra trying to build up that Rod of Ages. I believe it was about 24 or 25 minutes. He's going to be looking at getting that fully stacked, but that's already going to be up against the Athene's Rabadon's damage. coming in from Pobelter. Scarra is going to be that tank Karthus. He's not going to be that shred your health with the Giant Requiem and Defile.
Yeah, like as I said, it takes 10 minutes for that sucker to charge up. He's got a little bit more time to wait. InnoX confident that Snoopeh has his back.
He pulls it back into the fight, so he gets locked down. That's a good hit from Cruzer. He kind of stops up Snoopeh as well. And the Dragon's descent.
No defense.
And that's Cruzer being a dragon right now. He's got enough armor to face the ADs, and it looks like he's going to come up big. The ultimate is used just so InnoX can get himself a kill and save a bit of face. But look at the mid lane. KiWiKid's about to go down, and so is the inhibitor on a big off-the-ball move here from EG.
Side lane plays there for Dig. Good collapse. Snoopeh, even though he drops in, Cruzer's so tanky at this point, it takes him much too long to finish the kill. And Crumbzz is able to retaliate. Very, very close right here. Another win towards mid, though, for EG. So both of these teams answering back. Now, this is the fight that we saw before. No extra minions here for InnoX to charge up his dash. But he does try and kite Cruzer back into the center of the Pantheon drop. And Snoopeh at this point realized, oh, I have no defensive stats, so it's going to be hard. I have to run away from the dragon. They end up getting that kill, though, in the middle. Yellowpete with the play!
The flash, fast fingers, Yellowpete coming in. Looks like he gets saved by the Black Shield. Age is coming up possibly for Snoopeh. He already used the stun. As you can see, his block is up. They're forced off of that one, but he does have blue buff. InnoX is also on the chase. They do not look like they're giving up pursuit. Yes, they do.
Yeah, they don't have the speed there because KiWiKiD off the table. On the hunt burned as well. Dangerous for Pobelter, though! Oh. Recalling in the river.
You don't get a sail for window shot.
Gives me flashbacks to Big Fat LP. Dangerous place to recall with low life. Man, this is a very back and forth game. Even though the gold lead heavily EG, Dignitas keep coming up with plays.
And that's something you got to consider. That's actually pretty careless if you think about that. You know, not really giving respect to the other team, backing in just an erroneous area. Not very good. Pobelter goes down. It's not like he had a killing spree or anything, but that's good gold for Crumbzz. He's been the shot caller. It's making him feel more confident, and the team will follow behind him. 23 minutes in, as we reach 23 minutes, I should say. 11-8, about a 3,000 gold lead in favor of EG as they're slowing down in their aggression. They weren't able to get the mid inhibitor, but it's coming slowly. They haven't been stopped whatsoever. They're still in a great position.
Snoopeh keeps on trying to get those hops, but everybody jumps away. Lantern for QDPie and Crumbzz with the repel has been pretty on point as well. Now, we get to see another 5v5 fight. This time, all tools available for Dignitas. This is their time to shine. Even with the gold deficit, they have a great team fight here, both teams. So we'll have to watch. Can EG pull off a good Shockwave Yasuo combo? Will Dignitas group up for it?
Slowly just kind of feeling each other out here. You know exactly where all five stand for each team. Now that QDPie is in the fight, that was very dangerous. The dragon goes down. Not going to be too big of a worry for EG. They know they, or may know, they have still somewhat of a lead. You ask the players at this point in time, and they may say they think they're even or we have a little bit of a lead, but not enough to do what we want. And that's maybe why EG is slowing it down, waiting to go back for this inhibitor.
They have to be very careful because Sivir is so good at punishing you for mispositioning. Anyone that they see out, they can easily chase them down. And Crumbzz, with him being so accurate with his cocoons, they actually have very good chase potential. So very cautious play for both teams now because they're so close.
We just saw Snoopeh typing out 28-0 something. I think it's 28-40. We're going to see that blue buff for Pobelter come back up. Right now, clearing waves with it. We have Yasuo on the bottom lane. InnoX has been tending to that probably until he can drop that bottom first tier turret. Right now, just getting up the golems for himself. Let's see how much money he has in his pocket. He's laying on about 1,500, so he's got some good cash to spend.
I think EG might want to wait for that Infinity. Oh, never mind. It's completed. Great. Infinity is completed there for InnoX. They're very happy to do the combo now. That will be a devastating Shockwave Yasuo combo. Dignitas, though, they should be expecting this. And if they use on the hunt movement speed to spread out during the fight, it'll be hard for Pobelter to pull that off. So it's really up to Snoopeh to catch Dig off guard, I think, with a well-placed Skyfall.
Dignitas is definitely going power in numbers right now as they stick hip to hip inside their own jungle. Not really even placing wards as they go around. There we go. Getting a few out. One's found by Snoopeh, and they get another one down by Wraith. But to leave that dark would have been very scary.
Key items as well for Dig. Some power coming from Crumbzz. He's doing his best to carry this game. As such, he's gone a couple of spell penetration items and has completed Leandri's. Some good spell burn there for him.
Is Dig going to really have the chance to stick in these fights unless they get tankier? Because you got the Infinity Edge damage, Rabadons, Bloodthirst, or Yellowpete. That's going to be quick damage fast.
So the thing is, EG have a lot of damage, but they don't have a lot of defensive stats. Take a look at these guys here, Snoopeh and InnoX. Yes, they're both high damage, but they're also both melee champions, have to jump in. So if they don't get Dig off guard with that Skyfall and they don't coordinate their damage with their CC, then it could be devastating. If Snoopeh gets hit by that cocoon, could be his life.
A good bit of damage from dissonance there on the hands of Pobelter as he just throws out a bit of zone control. CS in the lanes really kind of just not counting right now. That 50, but there's kills in the top lane. We have about 30 to 40 in that mid lane, and about 20 in the 80 carries. So everybody's doing what they can for each other. Krepo actually picked up quite a few kills in the early game that Yellowpete may have wanted.
EG with decent positioning here.
Yeah.
They have the vision control of Baron area. I'm always very excited to see these damage teams play because it puts a lot of pressure on EG to be mechanically sound.
And this is that scary part of the map, Kobe. This is where Dignitas says they really didn't want it to be all game, and Krepo said they were going to use that against Evil Geniuses.
Yeah.
So we see if they'll set it up.
He said ignore that side of the map. You can't ignore it, though. Got to have at least a little vision there. You can see them dropping wards into the back of Baron Pit.
You can make it like it seems you don't care. Just kind of fluff it off. Yeah, it's there, whatever. They're going to be definitely putting a lot of priority here. They're not fooling anybody. Crumbzz cleaning up the pink ward. EG's coming around the backside, and we have InnoX in the top lane, so he may be able to pinch a fight.
Double buff KiWiKiD. They just start this one out. Karthus able to go. Here, we need the Grand Skyfall from Snoopeh. In.
This is one of those situations, though. Dig almost has to do this to put themselves back in a good spot here. A shockwave gets two. There's InnoX right in the middle of the fight, and it's going to be Baron going down. Crumbzz gets it for the team, and Dignitas is going to have those stats to work with in the fight. KiWiKiD taking down Snoopeh, and they are still going for kills. 2-2 so far, and we're looking for one more. Yes, it is. Coming in very nicely out of Yellowpete.
KiWiKiD over there. What a nice snipe. Man, this is huge for Dignitas. They're right in front of this game now. They get the Baron. They burn it straight down. They said they were going to ignore Baron. Probably just a bait by them.
That was the tactic.
They're trying to fake out EG. EG think that Dignitas, they're never a team to go for it. Dignitas overcome their biggest rival, the Baron, burn him down, and they're able to get the kills after.
You know, they get a high risk and high reward of now a 2,000 gold lead. They're still down in kills, but they are getting the map pressure back. This is something they have not had for the 28 minutes of the game right now. Great job by Dig to make this run. Back in the game easy.
Man, that confidence. They just burn it straight down there. Single target damage from Karthus is amazing on targets that are not moving around. Easy to just spam lay waste there. Great confidence by them. And Crumbzz came out big with the execute on Baron.
Scarra, a lot of these fights very quickly have allowed him to get a surge of power with that Rabadons. He's now starting to put out a bit of damage that he was looking for.
They coming through the bush here. InnoX sees him.
Scary. On the hunt is just about to come. Ooh, very nice. Blocking that out. He'll stay safe. So Dig in the bottom side of the map. They're kind of doing whatever they want right now with Baron down. They don't have to worry about too much. Their lanes are pushed. They're in a good spot.
And goes Snoopeh. He's got the black shield. Goes for KiWiKiD. And he zones him out of the fight. Krepo gets in the middle for a good ulti there. At the time that Crumbzz gets the Baron, though, it really turns around. Them having Karthus is huge because Scarra is able to get that guaranteed damage off, and we can actually watch the snipe. Sentenced to death there for Yellowpete.
Hook, line, and sinker.
What happened there?
That was a big headshot.
Scarra is in a position he does not want to be.
Looks like the team was just behind him, but they weren't able to get to the initial fight that actually got started because of it. Yellowpete's headshot was a good 700 damage. Team wasn't able to react. 30 seconds on Scarra now. We have 30 minutes on the clock as they start going for the mid inhibitor. Top's going to fall here from InnoX, and he'll happily join the team at the second tier in just a few seconds.
Yeah, he's got a strong split push. Uh-oh, Snoopeh gets caught, though.
That's a good shield, stopping that execution damage. He would have taken quite a bit more, but they're going to be safe on this. Yellowpete chooses the long way around. Very good decision there.
5 seconds left on Scarra. He will be joining soon, so I don't expect EG to keep this up. Baron buff will time out, though. Because of that play where they caught Scarra, that's basically the duration of Baron buff not going to much use for this Dignitas team, and it's really just the gold lead now, which is not that big. This game is so close.
See, the KiWiKiD has got himself back up in CS, almost hitting 300. He is near the most in the game. InnoX is just 2 under him, but InnoX has been split pushing the whole time, so KiWiKiD has done what the AD carry needs to do. Keep yourself farming. Dragons picked up here, 3 of 4 going to Dignitas with that Baron still swirling around them.
Yeah,
Baron, a little bit.
Able to secure them Dragon, though, so I guess that is another good global gold. Hunk of change racked up for them. Again, Crumbzz there with Elise. Very easy to execute that Dragon. He did a good job staying cool, even with all the projectiles flying over the wall.
Mikhail's Crucible being picked up by KiWiKiD. He realizes that there needs to be peeling for Scarra and KiWiKiD here. Mainly KiWiKiD trying to get himself out of the fight. Scarra's been more than happy to go right into the middle.
I like this. KiWiKiD going full damage build here.
Yep.
You need heavy damage
Somebody else
silver
build my safety.
For that time. Somebody else, exactly. KiWiKiD, you can throw the lantern to me. That's great. I have an escape now. Plus, he has a Mikhail, so an extra heal too. Everything seems great for KiWiKiD there. Now, all that's left to do is watch KiWiKiD's positioning in the team fight. Make sure that he does not get assassinated by InnoX.
Ooh, it looked like InnoX put his sword away, but he was ready to go.
Necessary flash. Very good flash there for Cruzer.
Got some speed coming in. On the hunt was used from the backside of this fight. They are going straight in. Cruzer's still quite tanky, but he goes down the Requiem to do quite a bit of damage across the board. Crumbzz trying to follow up for the team. The shot calling is being made by him, and since he can't hit the repel, it's called off.
The late game Karthus does so much damage, though. Even though EG get 2 kills, win the fight, they lose control of the map here. They have to retreat. Everyone so low, they need to heal up at the fountain here. That's what comes with building few defensive stats. They're very, uh-oh. Yeah, they're still coming. Yellowpete doing cones.
He needs to be careful. 2 minutes on to Baron. The timers are getting quite long here, so you actually have to consider when. Oh, the flash initiation onto KiWiKiD. Like we said, they have quite a bit of safety for him. The Mikhails and everything.
Another flash.
Oh, wow. Flash. Okay, everybody wants to flash.
Yeah, EG were definitely on a different page there. Snoopeh, he thought when they come check this bush, we're going hard. Everybody's going in. The rest of EG backed out of the bush.
That's one of those, right, guys? Where'd you go?
Yeah, so I maybe need to work on the communication there to have the plan. Hey, guys, we're all sitting in this bush. What do we do when somebody comes close? Are we running?
What does Fnatic do?
Yeah,
kill him
whoever
all.
you see.
55.5 to 52.8. Dignitas gaining that lead back with the gold. They're still down in kills, but it's not going to matter. They're taking position on the map, and that's really what can win you the game. We said it before, we've seen CLG games go with almost 0 kills on the board, and they're taking the win. So, there's a lot of different ways it can happen, and Dignitas is looking to bring it back with a bit of Baron in this one. Ooh. A little pop up and down.
So vision inside this jungle is going to be really important. If EG can get a lot of it down on the blue side, that opens up Grand Skyfall initiation. EG would love to catch Dig off guard, out of position. Make use of that global from Snoopeh, because in the team fight straight up 5v5, we've seen how much damage Scarra is doing, guaranteed, even when he gets killed at the beginning of the fight. Everyone's so low.
Scarra actually just drank his blue elixir, so that'll help him a little bit, get some more damage and cooldown out of that.
Yeah,
see him glowing right there in the
He's a devastating force at this point.
Good amount of pen coming from him. Void Staff, Rabadon's Blue Elixir. I don't think Dignitas really wants to give up this next Baron, so they make sure Scarra's in the middle. He can zone out anything that comes in.
They burn it down so quickly. EG in the same position as last time.
Coming in from the side, the hook goes. Snoopeh's Banshee's Veil is actually knocked out on that. He gets the Black Shield. Cruzer goes in. They actually ages him right away. The crowd control may not be there. The shockwave coming in. Very nice job. Scarra is still throwing down the Requiem. EG may have this fight, though, as they position themselves in the brush. That's warded by Dignitas, as they can still see. Great shot. Yellowpete has the red buff. No hook coming from the other side of KiWiKiD, and they're able to finalize, securing one more. The shield saving his own life. KiWiKiD limping away from this fight. Is going to go down
here. Krepo's on the hunt. He'll be the first man to the scene. KiWiKiD testing his luck, and he will be safe.
Good to go.
They turn their sights toward the objective Baron. Dragon, though, wants to answer for his brethren here. Cruzer could kill everybody.
Uh-oh. Cruzer's a big boy. However, he does not have Dragon's Descent up or anything to charge that off of. But the burnout, that high damage, he's going to chomp. Now he's getting hit by Baron. He only took one hit, though. He is not going to... No, the shield. Pobelter doesn't have the mana just yet. They can still turn it around. The binding just misses. That's a Dragon Tail for you.
Cruzer doing work for Dignitas. Oh, this game is so ridiculous for him. All right, let's watch it again here. Dignitas, this is a really good defensive maneuver from EG. They stop the Baron, and then they bring Dig to engage through.
My word.
Man, what a great shockwave into Yasuo kind of here. And then, even though they're fighting on Karthus' body, they come in with all the range. Everyone's standing just outside of that defile, trying to shoot down the rest of Dig, having Scarra down. And my God, they return to the scene of the crime.
Yo, we had a...
InnoX going for a split push, though. This is not going to be a contest from EG. They're just going to trade a turret this time.
Second Baron of the game going over to Dignitas. That means a big gold lead is now going in their favor. However, the Dragon, now average at his highest level in the game, can offer just about the same amount of gold. So with EG getting a turret, they still have other things they can focus on and not have to take on this Baroned up Dignitas now. It seems like they found a way to stave off their nightmare and make it a part of a good dream.
Man, now we're going to fight over the Dragon. This time, Baroned up Dignitas. They do have on the hunt as well. EG have to be careful about waiting around on this. They should probably just grab this gold, kill Dragon, and run for the hills.
Get out.
Run! Everybody run.
High ground, where is it? 19-5. 2K. This game is so close. 6-5 in turrets. Dignitas had a ridiculous surge in power since this Baron.
Look at the vision.
Baron engagements.
The vision for Dig is all on Baron side. Vision for EG all on blue side. So EG actually have the opportunity to make a play on Cruzer here. They're gonna go for it. All right. This could be a Baron and a tank off the field.
There's the
Banshees
is down. There's a jump from Snoopeh. They're in range. The entire team is going down mid from Dignitas. They're going to try to take the inhibitor turret. How much will they put onto Cruzer? Cutie is the first one there. He has got minions to tank up this. That means the resistances of the turret fall as well, and they're going to be pushing through nicely.
Yep, Dignitas going to get the inhibitor at least for that one. They might even go on Nexus turrets. Cruzer now trying to stop the recalls for the rest of EG.
The mind game's going too well right now. Home guards, they were definitely in the money coming in for EG. They've been able to pick it up on Pobelter and Snoopeh to stave off the aggression, stop the bleeding. At least that inhibitor is the only thing that went down. Now EG is going to try to answer with the same thing, but Dignitas has really been working this late game nicely.
Let's see, EG, they do have the split push going for them. InnoX, pretty decent split pusher at this point. So they might opt for that route. There's not really a way to deal with the late game Karthus damage at this point with his the items that he's got. He's working on the Zanyas. Okay, Snoopeh is going for it. The initiation, 2 Banshees. Ooh. 2 Banshees and a spell shield still. Like, KiWiKiD's got so many answers. Here's the whole team as well. EG need to back off.
Little pokes of damage in. Having Yellowpete really helps them stay a good distance away from the turret. A wall of pain can mean a huge initiation for Dignitas. So to keep safe, EG is not going to really try and mess with a turret that goes back and forth. They're just going to go ahead and stop them now.
EG are still making moves, though. They keep on pushing up a lane, even though they're down in gold. They push up the lane, then hide in a bush. Push up a lane, hide in a bush. It didn't work out last time because they went for the tank who had flash and a Dragon's Descent up, but they almost got it. The rando and slow is really the kicker there for them. So bush gank number 2.
Yep. Those 2 sweepers right now.
And again, it's going to be Cruzer, the target. Crumbzz going to check this bush though.
Oh, just one. InnoX is not going to want that.
Abort mission, abort mission. Yeah. Return to base.
This is a quick problem right there. EG does not go forward unless they have those two sweepers active. That's pretty much their left and right foot right now. As those sweepers are up, they can start walking forward.
Yeah. One is bush checker number 1.
Yep.
Bush sweeper number 2.
40 minutes in, Dignitas. A little bit more of a hard-fought battle than what we would have thought coming out of the early game. Minions crushing down into the mid lane right now, and Dignitas is going to be able to dictate where this game goes from here on out unless EG makes a big play here. It's going to be high risk, high reward for them as it comes out.
This is a great Skyfall for Snoopeh. If they post up at the turret, a well-placed Skyfall might be able to do it for them. Because Dignitas, they're short range here, KiWiKiD on Sivir. I guess Crumbzz even has a better chance of getting hits on this turret than him. So it's hard for Dig to actually get in to attack the turret, and especially since inhibitor turrets have regeneration, they have to hesitate outside there. And it's really hard for this Dig team to actually go into the base, whereas you know, the objectives outside, much easier to fight over.
There's so many things that can capitalize on a small mistake from Dignitas, even though they are a bit ahead. A Shockwave, Morgana's ultimate coming in, or even a Dark Binding, Snoopeh, and even InnoX can get you in a wrong spot at the right time. So Dignitas is really sweating bullets as they approach the base. Like you said, not even the man drop. They know where that, or they don't even know, I should say, where the man drop is going to be coming from. The wards are going out for Dig as they back. They can see the EG is just slowly taking their own jungle, giving Dignitas time to breathe. Both teams figuring out where to go from here. The shot calling getting a little more tight from both of those shot callers.
I think Dignitas are pretty confident, though. They're banking on this super late game Karthus, super late game Sivir, and they're the ones with the tank here on Shyvana. Once Shyvana does get that blade mail now, she is a true annoyance for Yellowpete. Very hard for him to deal with this. Even though there is no slow from Blade of the Ruin King, all he has to do is get in Yellowpete's face. So Dignitas pretty confident towards the late game. That's why they're playing it a bit slower here and not rushing. They can easily force fights at things outside the base, like Dragon, like Baron, like exposed inhibitors. They don't have to go up against those turrets until they actually kill someone from EG.
Well, we can see the result that Dignitas is getting right now is definitely the result of less mistakes in the late game. Somewhere where they would just try too much, push themselves outside of their comfort zone, and they really start to fall behind. But they have not lost the gold lead since they started doing Barons, and they've been able to keep the lane pressure up as well. EG hasn't even had a turret to pressure. Dignitas moving up the mid lane now to put that final staple in the game. Yeah. They can get a good fight in. 40 seconds on Baron, 20 on Dragon.
Full item builds there. KiWiKiD, the only thing he has left to do is trade out those boots for Zephyr. All right, so try and force fight exposed inhibitor. They give it, oh, Snoopeh coming in. Here's the fight.
Not many Dig moved on that one. He gets a 4-man, maybe even a 5-man Skyfall on that one. InnoX using the wall. Nobody wants to go in. Like you said, no follow there. The inhibitor's going to go down in the fight as well, but EG is being pushed off. Scarra gets taken down, and here comes directly of damage. Yellowpete on the side, Ace in the hole from the other one, and it looks like they are just going to be able to take down InnoX on the backside. Like you said, the Guardian Angel's down there, so it's just going to get harder for EG.
So close. Right there, the idea is kill Scarra and then kite backwards, wait out the duration. But InnoX had gotten so deep into the backline, he was not going to be able to get out even with his GA.
Uh-oh.
Baron numero dos. KiWiKiD extremely low for this one.
Oh. That's the only thing they want getting close to the fight now. Pobelter just trying to sense everything out with that zone. Looks like they are going to back off. I don't think they want to even try Baron right now. Dig's the one who's been trying to formulate this. InnoX is down and Scarra is down, which is big on that AoE damage.
Control of Baron area.
But they're trying to control
Very important. KiWiKiD might be walking into death here. Nope. So in that last fight also, Krepo did a great job of controlling Scarra. Using his ultimate, actually, and the second stun there, then him flashing out after. It was just a very impressive job controlling that mid lane as a support towards the end.
You can really see that this head-to-head is 1-to-1 between these two teams. This whole game has spelled that out KiWiKiD trying to be the factor of his team here. 443 CS on Sivir. Now with the Infinity Edge built up, he himself has a Banshee's Veil. But like we've been saying, everybody's building AD here before they go for the safety. This game is going too late to not have that damage.
Zanyas is up for Scarra as well. So as long as he is quick on the trigger finger, he doesn't get CC'd before he can use it. That same strategy that EG just used will not work in this second team fight. If they try and burst him down and then kite back, the Zanyas will definitely throw a wrench in that plan. Somebody needs to recognize this though and make that call. Getting very difficult here for EG though.
A lot of flashes are down. If you look at both sides, a lot of ignites are down as well. So this fight is going to be at the capacity of you're staying in here, do what you can.
Now, if Dig do go for this Baron, everyone's going to get that magic damage buff on them.
Oh, you're staying in here. Do what you can. It's going to be KiWiKiD and Baron and Snoopeh going on. We have a fight that's completely spread here. Pobelter goes for the Zanyas. Zanyas on the two sides, and it's going to be both mids going down. EG now trying to do what they can to clean up the fight, but Dignitas just has the help. They just have the numbers, and it's going to be Krepo going down. A triple kill for KiWiKiD at 450 CS. He's looking for another one, possibly a quadra kill, but no, the ace coming in for KiWiKiD.
And they're going to end the game
here. And they're going to the mid.
They are ignoring Baron, running straight up the middle. This should be Nexus turrets.
Dignitas really staved off the bleeding in the beginning of this game. Huge moves coming in across the map from all of Evil Geniuses. Dig doing what they can now as they start on the Nexus turrets for the possible win.
What a game here from EG and Dignitas. So back and forth. Yeah, give it up for them, both teams.
Great
Very
games.
impressive.
Both of them wanted to end on a high note this week. I don't think any of these teams, either of these teams I should say, could be really displeased with it. The loss is obviously a loss for EG. They have been playing well. Dignitas pulling out the win in this one. Down in kills, pulled themselves up in gold around 30 minutes, and were able to find the win after multiple Baron attempts.
That guy, Crumbzz, in the early game, keeping the team in it while they wait for the late game Karthus and Sivir to pull them through.
They have completely battled their demons in this game. The top side of the map.
Yeah, they faced Baron.
Wow.
They burned him down.
They had definitely a bone to pick with that guy. Taking down Nasher twice, a forced third fight as well that did not look good. Snoopeh continuously trying to do what he could, and he still had a great game on Pantheon. Both teams played so well, you cannot take anything away from either team.
Very hard to get those.
Just shaking his head. Just shaking his head.